Warzone 2 has had an interesting history when it comes to parachute customization because for the longest time, most people didn't even have the option to customize them because Activision didn't add custom parachutes to select. However, with the recent integration of Black Ops 7 into Warzone, it looks as though everyone has been given at least one parachute for free right now. You see, recently I was looking through the Warzone menu and seeing what I could customize, and I saw that the parachute and contrail options have been merged into one section labelled Infill. What's interesting about this is that a new parachute was added and an old parachute was taken away from us. So now everyone should in theory have two options here, a default parachute, which looks pretty boring, and the design for this has actually existed for a little while in previous versions of Warzone. But we also have this Black Ops 7 parachute, which I'm not actually sure how to unlock. I don't know if this is something that everyone gets if you've played Black Ops 7, or if it's just automatically given to everyone regardless. It does look pretty good, although suspiciously similar to the Black Ops 6 parachute we had, but you could never purposefully equip that. It only seemed to show up in certain maps when the default parachute was selected. However, you might notice that there's also one parachute that is missing, and that is the Black Cell Season 4 parachute that was included in the Battle Pass for Modern Warfare 2 Season 4. I actually did a video about parachutes in Warzone a while ago and mentioned how this Modern Warfare 2 parachute seemed to be bugging all of the other designs we had available. Now, I'm willing to bet that it was actually taken out because it was bugging the others, although that's just my educated guess, I don't actually know for certain. I did test all of the parachutes that I have available, and the new Black Ops 7 parachute seems to work and looks pretty decent in-game. I do quite like the little number 7 bit on the back, it's a nice detail. But anyway, I tested the Coming Home parachute, which was a reward from the Return to Verdansk event in Black Ops 6 Season 3, which looks pretty solid still. And I actually think it would make more sense for this to be the default parachute in Warzone, although as it's a reward from a limited time event, that's not going to happen. And then finally, I tested the parachute of parachutes, the one and only Skypiercer, which I've made so many videos on documenting its journey through Warzone, and yes, I can confirm it is still bugged with the animation from that Black Cell parachute. I mean, at least the design shows up in-game still, but the fact that the colours are still bugged is insane to me. This has been broken for such a long time. If you didn't know, this parachute was a reward for completing loads of challenges on Rebirth Island when it first returned to Warzone in Modern Warfare 3. It was a nightmare to try and unlock it because of one of the challenges where you had to use Squad Rage 100 times on teammates. A field upgrade, I might add, that was super rare to find in-game, so yeah, very frustrating to complete that one. Once you unlocked it, it didn't actually show up in-game correctly for a very long time, and in fact, I think the first time it started to work properly was sometime during Black Ops 6's initial launch, I can't quite remember. The problem with this parachute though is that it's never fully worked since it was added into Warzone, and it seems as if Activision has a reluctance to fix it, considering so few players have actually unlocked it in the first place. Also, I think parachutes are so rarely seen in-game properly that many people probably don't even care to customize them either. Another thing that I find interesting, and also a bit weird, is that Activision has made a conscious decision to go with wingsuits in Black Ops 7, so I don't understand why they've added a custom Black Ops 7 parachute in just for Warzone. Having said all that, I do think it's cool that parachutes are customizable in Warzone, and if you've been playing for a while, you should have at least a couple of options to pick from now. I'm curious as to why the Black Cell parachute was removed, and I'd love to sit down and talk to someone from Activision, or specifically someone from Raven Software, as they deal with most of the Warzone stuff, about why the parachute isn't in the game anymore. Also, what's the deal with parachutes generally, and why haven't we seen that many added since Warzone 2 launched? Nonetheless, we have one new parachute in Warzone, one parachute that got removed, and one that still doesn't work properly, so I'm counting that as progress, right? Do let me know in the comments which parachute you're using in Warzone right now. Are you using one of the custom ones, or do you still have the default parachute selected? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, please remember to like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching this far into the video. I'll catch you all in the next one. Goodbye!